Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure. This is the 4th attempt I've done at an intro for this, and I'll be honest with you, I don't really have one. Let's look at the game. Right, each scenario on the old Dice Legacy is based on the inside of a ring world, which is kind of nifty. It's done purely for gameplay mechanic sense, and it's quite pretty. This is just a little bit of a distorted image, I'll be honest. But once you get into it, it's really quite pretty. And you're on PC here, so to move around the ring world, you use the mouse wheel. Scroll up to go one way, scroll down to go the other way. It's very, very clever. I mean, it's not clever. It's simple, right? And that makes it clever. I've paused because that's important. Anyway, here we go. This is the basis of my settlement, such as it is at the beginning of the game. Here you go. Look, see, look, bit of scroll. Right, at Fog O War there, and that's the edge of my territory. It's a town village builder type deal with a threat, and if you play it the way the designers intended you to play it, there is no pause. And that's a very different experience. Playing it with pause, it is utterly engrossing, and you can be stuck here for some time. Anyway, you start out with 5 dice. Here they are, look. Yeah, there's my 5 dice. And the symbols on those dice, you got this, which is go smash some stuff and harvest it. So we'll go and smash up some trees and harvest them. What would resources? Yes, we have iron, trees, bit of stone, yeah, and some food. Everything a growing boy needs, and you can get to work on that. You've also got bits of shipwreck here that you can demolish for some extra cheese early on. The symbol that's missing is the hammer, and that is build stuff. Relatively straightforward. So by chucking my dice at these, it then has a timer in seconds of how long it's going to take them to do that, and they'll come back with one thing. You can obviously pimp them up later on to make more things, but right now, one thing. These 2 symbols, that's explore, useless, and stab stuff with a sword. Don't need that, not for a little while yet. So what we then do is we're going to go, well, I don't need those dice, let's re-roll those. And you'll notice the 16 has gone down to a 15. That's right, you've only got the dice for a certain amount of time before you need to boost them back up again onto something else. Which is a delight. And early on, you will find yourself, particularly on your first playthrough, you won't really know what you're doing. And you just kind of, you crack on and you do the best you can. Yeah, you don't know what you've got no real strategy. You just kind of go, well, go on, show me what we've got here. I'll learn some stuff. On your second attempt, however, you do what I just did, and you kind of go, right, pause, think, only roll as much as necessary, press on. And using the latter method, you end up healing your dice as much more often. Right, let's re-roll that one. Flipping explore, no. All right, roll them both. Explore sword, useless. There you go, I want a builder. Thank you, get that done. That's building the cookhouse, which allows me to heal my dice. It uses 1 food to heal a dice by, I think it's 5 or 6 points, something like that. I haven't really counted up. But the main objective right now is to get in as many resources as possible, because we're going to need to build some more stuff. Yeah, I've found myself, on my second playthrough, I found myself going, right, warp speed or pause. There is no in between. That's all we want. We wait until dice are finished, then pause it back up again. What do you got? More of that? Yeah, okay, that's all helpful. Dig up some more wood. You're going to need a lot of wood early on. But the good news is I have got enough to build a house. Now then, I stick my houses out by the edge of the rim, because they don't really need to be contained within the central area the way I play it. I'll show you why in a moment. You'll pick it up readily enough, I'm sure. Right, you go get to work over here. I could do with my next dice re-roll being hammers. 2 of them, please. All right, that's 3 dice in. There you go. That's the full gamut there. Now you can sling stuff out there. So I could just leave 1 hammer dude there. It won't do anything, but it means that it won't get accidentally rolled in other stuff. I'm going to keep hold of that by locking it in place, so that won't re-roll either. And there's a reason that I've done that, and it's, well, I'm waiting for my house to be built, and then you'll see. Right? So I am going to play in pause or massive speed, because that's the only way to live, friends. Either paused or massive speed. Roll them up again. What you got? There you go. Sword is useless at the moment. You go over there, and you go over there. We're going to breed up another dice. Takes 60 of the regular seconds. We're going to do fewer than that, but it's all good. Right, the next building that I want is a district hall. District halls are good for increasing efficiency in a contained area. Where I want to get to, down on the production tab, I want to get the workshop up as quickly as possible so that I can start researching everything useful. But district is a good way to go to start with, and I'm going to stick my first district up ASAP. Yeah, ASAP. And as you can see, it's got a sphere of influence around. Well, it's hexagons, but it's a sphere. You just hush. I'm going to slap that in there so that, I mean, strictly speaking, I don't need the house within that perimeter, but I do want the forests, and I do want the iron mine in there. Speaking of which, I want to get the iron mine up to 3 so that we can get to work on that. Now, one of the more important things that I need to do quite early on is build some heating, because winter is coming. Isn't it always? Yeah, I know. Doesn't matter what season it is. Seems like winter's always flipping coming. Yeah, re-roll this dude. What do you got? Scout, useless. And again, hammer. Thank you. There you go. Get in there. Right, there you go. Yeah, there's my new dice, and it's a go grab some stuff off there. Now that's going to come in more handy shortly when I've got wheat fields up. That's the gears is go work on stuff. In the first instance, obviously enough, it was go work on just grabbing salvage. Right, I now need to stick a scout into my district hall. Yeah, I apologise. I'm just showing you the mechanics because the mechanics are ace. It's really, really well thought through, and particularly later on in the game where you get into evolving dice and combining them and all of this kind of behaviour. Very, very clever. And it means that there's no real limits to the number of stratagem one could employ in order to achieve some success. Right, let's get a wheat farm in here. Now this also, this really doesn't need to be in the district. Oh no, it could. There's bonuses you could get from that. All right, bang it on the beach, and then we'll stick you on that. We'll stick my 2 builders back in the shed. They can go procreate for me. And we need wood. We desperately need wood. Okay, that's all right. That's fine. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Any more for any more? No. Okay. Roll them up. Oh god. All right. Well, I'll save 2 of those. We'll save these 2 in order to go do the next procreate, and then we'll re-roll that last one. Anything will do at this point, other than swords and explores. And build becomes so less useful as time goes on because you don't build any quicker, because there's really no need to build that much quicker. Once you start doing kind of defensive structures and stuff, sure, you may build a little more swiftly, but ultimately you're not flipping heck. You're not building a. Yeah, thanks for that game. I don't need any of that business. Firstly, I haven't got the resources. Secondly, I don't want it. I want just that. You go grow some wheat. I mean, that in itself is not actually going to do me many favours. Why are you holding on to this? You were going to shove it in the shed. Oh, yeah, all right. And therefore avoiding re-rolling it endlessly. No, never mind that. I'll have useless dice come up all the time. Yeah, you go and get some of that. Go on, roll it again. Yeah. And again. Yeah, there you go. Right, you go and get some iron. We're going to need some stone as well, but I think 3 iron is all I actually need for my workshop. Yeah, there you go. 633. Now, the workshop in isolation is no good. You've got to actually turn your dice into a citizen in order for them to use the workshop. So I'm going to skip forward a little bit until I've got that on the go. Okay, it's now late summer, and I haven't made it as far as I wanted to. Okay, so what I'm trying to achieve at the moment is get the school I want to get that built. That will allow me to turn a peasant dice into a citizen dice. They have different stuff on the faces of those die, and with dice, there's more than one of them. Most importantly is that they can study in the workshop. That's where all the buffs come from, and that's where the good stuff is. Now, in order to get that, I've actually got the resources needed to make it, but I'm kind of saving up to try and get through winter. Yeah. Tricky, yeah. And to get through winter, I need a steam generator, which I am going to build right now. Now, the steam generator also has a sphere of influence, and it burns 3 wood at a time in order to keep that area warm. You might go, well, okay, is that important? You go, yeah, it's important, because you run a somewhere between like 30 and 50% risk of your dice freezing during winter if they don't have heat, and therefore having heat's a good thing. Now, with it being the end of summer, I can no longer work my wheat field, so what I've tried to do is place buildings that I am going to use during the winter, or I want to use during the winter, close to the steam tower. So, for example, research, want to be able to do that all year long. Heal up my dice, want to be able to do that all year long, and therefore this is useful. Now, I've got a little bit of time before the cold starts to bite. As you'll see up here, I'll waft a little. There you go. I've got 11 of 12 dice, and the 12th one is being whipped up right now. You never have more capacity than that. Yeah. Do you want some more food? Yeah, I really do. Right, stick you on that. What else? Wood, all day, please. Thank you. Yeah, get all the wood in. That's herbs you can get from there. Don't need those yet. Will do, but don't need them right now. They are not essential to my survival at the current time. There we go. We can get me steam tower up. Now you can quite merrily just get your dice frozen and keep chancing it over the course of the winter. I don't necessarily recommend it, but that's a thing you can do. Should we book in the school? Yeah, we might as well book in the school. I'm gonna need 3 citizen dice, and I'm gonna park this out here. I try and stick all of my dice trainers out towards the perimeter, because actually no, I'm going to stick it out this side, because you don't use them very often. They're essential, certainly, but you're not going to be using them constantly. So you don't need to put too much impetus on training stuff. There you go. We'll get this chap being healed, which you do by sticking the dice in the whatnot and flinging the food on top of it in 20 seconds time. It'll have a few more rolls left in its kitty. But you can see the amount of time I'm spending paused to consider my next masterstroke in terms of progress. I've got no more digging needs doing at the moment. All right, we'll lock that because that's going to be useful. As long as we keep the foodstuffs coming in, then we'll be all right. The dice don't consume food except to be recharged so that you can use them some more. If it drops to 0, your dice disappears from you. Well, if it drops below 0, I've never rolled one so much. It might just lock it out so that you can't use it anymore. I don't actually know. But if your dice disappear, the mood of that type of citizen, it sours a little. I don't know, you might find that surprising. You might not. Oh, the one time you don't give me any... Look at all of these flaming swords. They're going to be useful in a bit, but not right now. I just don't need them. Not at the moment. Go get some more food in. I'm stocking up on food because if I'm keeping this area warm, the one thing I can do during the winter without any risk is keep my dice topped up. That way we can explode into the next growing season in fine form. Right, how far off are we? End of summer. Okay, we're okay. That's all right. Yeah, re-roll those lot. Hammers, that's what we want. And go. Right, okay. Yeah, oh, I've got another pickaxe available. This is not too bad. Yeah, I have started gathering some herbs because I'm going to need them later on, but it's just not... It's not too essential, not at the moment. Now, the other thing that I possibly should consider making is a mill. That allows me to process the wheat 2 at a time and turn it into food. Very useful, but not until later. It becomes useful when you want to batch up a whole bunch of food all at once, because as your dice improve, and they will improve, I'll try and get to that point as well. As your dice improve, the pittance that you're making right now, you're going to go, what the heck was I thinking? And to get to that point, we need the enhancement chamber and a ready source of gold, which at the moment, gold is very, very... what's the best way to describe it? Luck. Luck is the rule of the day for getting gold. There's a very small chance you get some gold when you mine either stone or iron. And it is very low, but as your dice improve, the odds improve. No, that's it. You're done rolling that one. Wait for this dude to heal up and then sling it in. Yeah, wait for it. Wait for it. That'll do. Right, you get in there. Yeah, I like to roll them all at once, and then I can think. You see, then I can pick and choose my next thrilling move. There you go. What you got for me? Right. We can citizen up. So let's send you over here. You need 2 food to citizen up. I can't really afford it at the moment, but I want 1. In fact, I want 3. So we'll do that later on. I won't need 3, but right now I want 3. So shut your noise. Get on with it. Got stone coming in. Just keep chopping down these forests. Now all of these raw material suppliers, finite quantity in there. Yeah, doesn't last forever. No. And that's, you just kind of go, oh, gameplay, and you go, yeah, gameplay. It's this whole thing is as well game designed, in my opinion, as something like Slay the Spire. And if you haven't played Slay the Spire, it is a soulless beast that will take your every waking moment from you if you let it. The first game you might go, but after a couple of games you start going, oh, right, now I'm going to try doing this. Oh, I got unlucky with that. Oh, no. There's a lot of noise like that goes on. Right. Now, the problem with trying to re-roll dice to get the result you want is you use up their rolls. And the more you do that, the more food you're going to need. How we do for food? 5. That's not much, is it? No, it's not. You could probably do with being topped up as well. How are we doing for wood? We're actually okay for wood at the moment. Have I got enough for the? Yeah, I've got enough for the mill. Uses up more wood than I'd prefer. To that end, it is always worth your time to use the dice in their job rather than roll them again. Rolling them, if you can deploy them on something useful, you will be better off. So there we go. I need 2 more green dice with a flipping learning curve on them, and I can get to learning. Get to learning. Right, you go out there for one last hurrah before it starts to get proper chilly. How far off are we? Once the temperature gauge here moves into the blue, we know we're going to get proper chilly. Yeah. And I need 2 hammer lads. I need 1 hammer lad. Okay, all right. Then we can at least generate up a little bit more cash over Christmas. All right, there you go. Give me that. Yeah, do a bit of this. All right, I can't really afford it. It's okay. You don't have to re-energize your dice the second you get the opportunity to do so. It's just a good idea. All right, yeah. There you go, we'll have some more food coming in from there, and then we can start processing through the mill, which means fewer re-rolls. Right, moving on. Okay, the season has now changed, and we get the opportunity to make a law. Laws are good things. Now, depending on whether... If I choose a brown law, then my peasants all go, yay! And it doesn't matter what the law is. They all go, you chose one of ours, thank you. Whereas, if you wang out a whatnot, a whatnot? Yeah, if you wang out a green law, then your citizens all get thrilled. And as you can see from the top here, there are 5 different classes of citizen. Yeah, I'll let you try and predict what they are. Now, this would be really useful. Citizen dice have a 15% chance to provide one knowledge. That's the currency you use to unlock stuff when used in a citizen district. Yeah. Or, at the start of every season, 2 stone and 2 iron for every mine inside a peasant district. That sounds good on paper, but the thing is, your mines, you wear through them really quickly. So I'm going to take this, which changes my scheme up, because this is currently an unassigned district. All I need to turn it into a district is send any 1 dice over there, and whatever colour it is, along with 2 gold, yeah, brilliant, whatever colour it is will change the nature of that district. Given that my research centre is within this district here, then every time I do research, every dice involved in that has a 15% chance to pop an extra bit of research. Oh yeah, oh, you've got to start thinking meta, friends. And if you don't start thinking meta, well, ooh, you know, perish the thought. Right, so winter is now upon us. We've got a freezing chance of 5%. I'm going to gamble on not going with me fire switched on for the moment. Purely because once you start using the fire, you're into it then. What do you think? Put these guys to work? Yeah, put them all to work. Then give us a re-roll, and then try and get 1 more citizen out before the big freeze kicks off. Because whoever I send over here, there's a high likelihood they come back all frozened. You're using up quite a lot of food there. Yeah, I know. You used up pretty much all the food there. Yeah, I know. But the good news is that worky people can now go and sit over here with a couple of wheat, and they'll make me some food. Alright, what are you doing with the rest of them? Right now, I think we'll chuck you out to do a last-ditch bit of stone mining. You'll probably come back quite chilly. But everybody else can just stay put. There we go. There's my last green dice. Nice. Yeah. What's the temperature? Still 5%. Yeah, sling him out there. Let's go. Yeah. Got to get the food up. And there is no real urgency to getting the food up, because if you want to, you can just ride through winter and not spend any more rolls. But you kind of feel like, well, wouldn't that be a waste of opportunity? And you go, it is a bit. Now, right, my green dice, when it was born, started off with 2 work on this, would you? Rolls. Strength, power, level. Pick a word. Whatever it is. Now, these basic dice, they go up to level 4. When you start combining dice later on, they can go up to level 6, and I think they can go even further than that. Basically, it means he's doubly effective. So instead of needing 2 dice on the field, in a working sense, 1 dice with a 2 on it will do the job. It's fantastic. Well, okay, it's quite fantastic. Are we 15% yet? Nope, still only 3%. Send him out over there at 5%. Send him out again? Yeah, well, it's a higher risk move now. Yeah, go and get in some more food if you can there, bub. And you go and get some more wood. And you go and get some more wood. Thank you. Right. Okay, yeah, good. Happy? Modestly? Yeah, you go and sit on there, get yourself healed. Right. What are you doing with that? It needs re-rolling. Okay, alright, so, because I want to get research on the go, and then we can show off research, and then I can come to some kind of conclusion. Loving your work. There you go, thank you. You get over there. Alright, super. Keep your eye on the temperature. Still 5%. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Jobs are good. We now have 1 point. Let's go to the tech tree. Woohoo! Okay, the tech tree. You start out with gathering, as you would expect. And these are all relatively... They're all pretty powerful as well, which is great. So, for example, the felling axe here means that if I send a worker out to go get wood, they bring back an extra one. This is if they go to the hunt... I never unlock this tree at all. There's no point to it, because your wheat's going to supplant your food income very, very quickly. This one, yeah, extra food from hunting grounds. Useful early on, not so useful late on. Production. increase the amount of wheat produced by the wheat farm. That's handy, but not right now. Over to civics, and you've got the cookhouse, which is my healing thing, restores an extra 4 durability. That's deceptively helpful, because it means that for one food, you get an extra 4 rolls when you go and heal up your dude. Very good. This one means that your buildings burn down slower. Oh, did I mention your buildings can burn down? Well, I have done now. And then here's the big dog. This is the enhancement chamber. That's the one. Yeah, we really want that. The enhancement chamber. We'll do it, because this is a fundamental part of the game. So we'll go for that for the start. But I'll show you the rest of the tech tree kind of first here. The tower is wonderful. It's absolutely brilliant, because after the winter, bandits are going to start showing up. Yeah. The market's very, very good, because you're going to go through gold like it's going out of fashion. And then you've got religion, which gets you blessings. Blessings are kind of cool. They mean that your dice can avoid the next negative thing that happens to them. Because after the first winter, the opportunity for negative things to start happening to you come up, which is super. Right, I think we probably are into 15% now. No, it's still only 5%. Okay, all right. Well, let's see. I'm keeping my full stack intact right now. Why? It's a good question. I was waiting till I had all my dice back, but I have all my dice back. Right, lock all of my. Oh no, you've got to re-roll those anyway, so you might as well. 3 hammers. My, how blessed do I feel? Keep those out of re-roll territory, please. I don't need them to be doing anything. Right, there we go. You go sit here. Now, until they're actively working, it doesn't calculate whether they're going to come back as a frozen cube or not, until you actually put them into work, until they complete the job. Still only 5%. Well, that's good. But I need 2 more books from these lads, please. There you go. Thank you. All right, get to work. All right, and then we'll rock this forwards, and then with about 10 seconds to go, we'll light the fire. Yeah, wait now. We're at 15 yet? 30. Yeah, all right. Okay, good. Let's light the fire. 3 wood. It's painful. So painful. You can improve this using technology, as you would expect. But as you can see, it lasts for 2 minutes. But it does mean that I can now use anything within its sphere of influence, as indicated there, without any fear of my dice freezing, which is a good thing. So I'm going to take the opportunity to restore the health on some dice and to get a little bit more whatnot. Harvesting? Yeah, that is the whatnot that I was referring to, certainly. All right, do you want to unlock some of these? Yeah, let's get these lads back in work again. Right. Yeah, and you. Oh, what do I need for the enhancement chamber? Oh, good question. Oh, I'm glad you asked it. There you go. You get in there as well. Enhancement chamber. Manipulation. Enhancement chamber. I need 6 stone. I can't work on stone in winter because everybody will get freezing. Yeah, all right. Okay, let's get through winter and then pick up the action. Okay, I've got my enhancement chamber built now, and we're also coming to the end of winter, so we've still got a 15% freeze chance. I'm not going to relight the fire. It's just a colossal use of wood, and I can really avoid... If I can avoid doing that, I will do. I've been lucky in that I've only got 1 frozen dice, and you kind of go, oh no, frozen dice, what do you do with that? Well, you've got 2 options. You either feed them beer, in which case they unfreeze again. That's fine. Or you... what's the other thing you do? Oh, you wait till summer, and then they thaw back out again. Right, here's my enhancement chamber. This is where the game starts to get really good. Right now, it uses 1 gold and 1 herb to juice it up. So I'm going to juice it up. There we go. There you go. He's juiced. And then you put the dice you want to energize on top of the enhancement chamber, and I've paid for. Now I'll show you my tech tree. I've paid for the felling axe, extra wood, better wheat, and improved sales, so our food production is going to be improved. I've got the cookhouse giving 4 extra doodahs. Here's the enhancement chamber, and this also means that the enhancement chamber repairs them for 3 while they're being juiced up. It's good. Ideally, I want channeling as well, because that starts to make dice properly powerful. I've bought the tower. I'm going to get that built pretty quickly as well, and that's it. That's what I've been spending my research on so far. In fact, let's get the tower planned out, because we're going to have attacks incoming fairly soon. Oh, you aren't anywhere near having enough resources for that. Now, you may also notice the farm that was there is gone. I harvested it dry. Also, I'm down to 2 forests instead of 3, because I'd cut all of one of them down. And it happens so much faster than you think it's going to do. Anyway, let's jazz up a dice. I'm going to go with this one because he needs healing anyway. And having a 2 book rather than a 3 book will be, rather than a 1 book will be rather useful. And there he goes. Pop. He's now got a level 2. Yes, bub. That's solidly good. We're almost, well, in fact, we're literally about to come out of winter, so we'll make our next law. There you go. Yeah, right. Summer begins. Choices. Enhancement chamber also heals wounded and sickness. That's so useful. Wheat farms inside peasant districts also work in winter. Ooh, that's good. Yeah. Buildings inside peasant districts are immune to fire. Whatever. Tricky, because they're all so useful. You get one of these at the start or end, the start of each season. You've only got 2 seasons. You've got winter or summer. Yeah. Dealing with wounded is important. Sickness can be mitigated if you plan out your military well enough, but wounded you'll get quite a bit. Yeah, I know. You'd think it would be the other way around, but no. Preventing sickness is all about stopping the miscreants coming in and spreading filth. But wheat at winter, no, you don't need it. Not late on. All right, okay, I'll take those then. Yeah, the enhancement chamber's flipping expensive enough as it is. You might as well get to use it better. Right, okay, back into the fields there, peasants. Let's go. All right, you go out there. I'm keeping this this sword locked. Because we're gonna have some less than friendly invaders relatively soon. I'm also gonna stick you on there. I haven't got the food that we need at the moment, so sticking him here basically just means he's waiting for for wheat to turn up, which is actually going to take a while. Yeah, I might move him over. We'll see how we go. All right, okay, carry on. Right, you go and sit on there. Oh, there you go. This needs 3 dice to do a bit of research. That's 1. This one's got 2 on it. That's 3 dice. Yeah. And you can imagine, once you got one of those with a 4 on the face, that extra, from time to time, will actually generate you an additional bit of research as well. So much the better. Right, you go after stone. Now, if we can get a bit more... I've got the gold now. I have got the gold now. Yeah, gone in. Let's do it. Let's turn this into a citizen district. That way, every time I do a bit of research, there's a fighting chance we get an extra knowledge. Fabulous. Equally, if I've got them working in the fields, there's a good chance that generates knowledge as well. Fabulous. Generating knowledge. It's a big thing. It's very helpful. There you go. We've got 2 in the research pipe now. Joyous. Right, you're going to have to stay locked there, Sunshine, because I can't heal you at the moment. Sorry. No, can't be done. What I could do is I could build a dairy which would allow me to feed herbs to cattle in order to make food. Terrible idea. Absolutely awful idea. Herbs are so hard to come by. They're really, really rare. I don't think herbs are balanced correctly, although there is a herbal hut that if you don't cut down the forests... Why wouldn't you cut down the forest? If you don't cut down the forests, it will generate for you additional goodness. You don't know what you're talking about, do you? It will find extra herbs for you. But I'm going to be spending all my time cutting down a forest, so I don't know what anybody else is playing at, but that's certainly not my caper. Right, yeah, just keep it rolling. There you go. Okay, so this is now a citizen district that doesn't extend to the school. The workshop. Oh well, that's okay. I can still stick Miladio here in the field, and that'll do the job. Yes. Good. All right. Yeah. What next? Well, chop some more stuff down. Come on, let's get back to work. What are you doing? Go mining, man. Mine. Yeah. Normally at this point I'd have a little bit more food, but I've burned through it all, which is a bit unfortunate. That's not the end of the world. No, it's not the end of the world. Just roll a dice some more. Yeah. See, that's going to turn into a 1. I know, but that's the game. Don't gripe about it because it's the game. The game is the game. You know? Nah. Right, there you go. I'm in Colonel Failure. What do I think of it? You will lose hours to this if it grabs hold of you. If you allow it into your life, you'll glance at the clock and it'll be like 10 o'clock or something. You'll glance at the clock again and it'll be 1 o'clock. You'll go, flipping heck, that got away from me. Yeah, it's utterly compelling. I'll just leave it rolling so you can see a bandit turn up. It seems only reasonable. It's not that exciting, but I'll show you the mechanic. I highly recommend it if you've got more time than you know what to do with. Later on you get to explore stuff. Ancient ruins, yeah. Bandit camps are there to be taken out as well. That's kind of cool. You've got food available. All right, okay. Better get that processed. Yeah, better had. Yeah, there you go. Come on, chop chop. Thank you. You've also got some more research. Oh, okay, look. Research tier 2. To unlock the tier 2s, I've got to save up 12 wood, 6 stone, 6 iron, and then you can do that. How do you push out borders? Glad you asked. You get your district's centre, essential, district centre. You bash it up against the edge, and then once you fling a scout in there, it'll unlock it all. Now, this is going to be okay. What I really want is more stone and iron. Stone and iron. You can start with like no iron in your starting area, and you kind of go, what? How is that justice? And you go, well, it probably isn't. You still haven't got any food. Well, yeah, but he needs food, so he's going to sit on there. Do you want to unlock this one? Yes. You sure? No. I want to stick him in a field. It's where he belongs. Yeah, I know. It's where he always wanted to be. It takes flipping 4 cycles or something ridiculous to actually get the field fully grown. It's not ridiculous. That's gameplay. Yeah, I know it's gameplay. It's not a point. Right. Good. Yeah. No, it's ace. It's moderately inexpensive as well, and does rock up in the will undoubtedly hit Steam sales when sales on Steam rock up. I like it. I commend it to the house. There we go. Yeah. Right. Is one Johnny Miscreant. He only needs 1 sword in order to be defeated. The number of rolls on your dice, you think that's going to affect its power. It doesn't. So we slap that in over there, and they'll then have a ruckus. I won't play this at high speed. It's not very interesting to watch, but it's worth paying attention to. So they have a ruckus, and we'll win that. There you go. You only have to send the number of dice necessary, but there is a risk. Unless you outstrip the power of the thing you're attacking, there is a risk you come back wounded. Get wounded twice, your dice gets blown up. Yeah, and then you have to make new dice. The other classes, you've got merchants, yeah, to do merchanty stuff. Soldiers and monks. Monks do prayers and that. Soldiers, they get better at using their sword. Pretty much what you'd expect. And that's what you like. You like it to do what you expect. There you go. I've been Colonel Failure. We're at... I'll just put the flame in... You try to put food on there. You want to put wheat on there. Yes, yeah. I'll be back soon with something else. That's not this. It will be something else. Because I can't... I have to uninstall this now. I have to. For the last 2 evenings, I've gone like, oh, I'll just give it a quick poke. And I've lost like 3 hours, 4 hours or more when I don't even have that time available. You should, well, use your own recognizance there, friends. I mean, I'll leave it up to you as to whether to jump down this rabbit hole, but it's great. Thanks for watching. Cheerio. Now, since recording this, in fact, immediately after recording that episode, I carried on playing for like another 15 minutes, and then I went, just back away, man. And I've uninstalled it. Not because I don't want to play more, quite the opposite, in fact. I want to play lots more. Lots and lots more. It's great. Now, if you were to play it properly with it unpaused and rattling through, the experience is going to be very, very different because you won't be making the optimum moves at every turn of the page, roll of the dice, maybe. But if you're playing it with active pause, like I was doing in the video just now, then you'll spend a minute making each decision before you make it, and then you rattle forward a little bit and you make another decision and then rattle forward a little bit, and before you know it, 3 hours have passed and you just kind of gone, I wasn't intending to spend 3 hours playing this, so yeah, it comes very high. I recommend it very highly. And if you find yourself unable to tear yourself away, I'm sorry I recommended it to you. But it's certainly floated my boat, friends. Certainly floated it. And I didn't even talk about ascended dice. No. It's got a thing later on, a shrine that you can stick a dice in. It takes 90 seconds or so, and then that dice becomes available to use in later games. You can only use one, and every time you use an ascended dice in a future game, you can never use it in another future game. But it means that you can jazz up one of your dice to be all powerful, wang it into the next game, and you'll do better as a result. It's very clever. It's very clever. If I was to sum it up, it's very clever and compelling. Compelling and clever in equal order. There you go, that's it. Yes, this is a review. I don't know. The world's gone mad.